is a difficult thing sometimes. And sometimes things aren't really going fast enough in the area of something that we want to change. But say, for example, like you want to do yoga. Okay, you want to do yoga. So you go to a really cool yoga place, which I just recently went to actually myself here in the Mission, called Yoga to the People, and was quite good. It's very. I've done a lot of yoga myself from a lot of different schools, and I could, if you call me up, I'll mention one in your neighborhood I've probably been to. But yoga is just one of those things. And Fabian, you do yoga too, huh? Yeah, we both do. We both do it because we really want to make ourselves more what, Fabian? More chill, like you. I mean, you're totally chill right there. If I could be as calm as you, I probably. Oh, it's a caller. Hello, you're on Planet Glee.
Hello, Planet Glee. Hello, Jennifer. This is Mike in San Francisco.
Oh, hello, Mike. How are you?
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm just sitting here with Fabian. I was digressing about yoga there for a second. How are you?
I'm great. I'd like to know if you could tell me, in your opinion, what sort of changes you think have happened in the San Francisco Unified School District lately because of the budget cut that they've had.
Well, I know that the class size has increased, and I think that makes it very difficult for people to manage that situation. For one person to manage so many students at one time, especially at the younger grades, I see that. I was just talking with a teacher yesterday who she teaches kindergarten, and she said she had 22 students.
Wow.
Yeah, I looked at all the desks and I was like, wow, what a crowd, and she said, you know what, in this situation I can't really teach one to one kid. I basically have to manage behavior between the boys, the boys who are fighting or playing or trying to get attention, and the kids who are actually trying to learn. So,
sure.
I think it. How about you? What do you think? Do you think that the voters are going to vote to stop these cuts?
Well, it's just terrible. I have a friend who teaches high school, and he said he has 200 students. He has 5 classes of 40 kids each. And like you were just saying, it becomes to a point where it's just difficult to teach, and that you have to devote a lot of your time to classroom management and such. And I just think that the kids are being shortchanged, and then I think you're right. The voters should step up and provide more funding for the school district.
You know what, Mike? There was in the Bay Guardian this week. There was an article called, the front page was called. The article's called "The War on Kids."
Wow.
And, I haven't had a chance to read the article yet, but I picked it up definitely because I think the sit-lie ordinance, because
and the hate.
Yeah, and the hate. I think it's definitely targeted at trying to send home kids who are like really in unhappy situations and really traumatic situations, and
sure.
I really think that not only do these huge classes hurt the teacher, but they also hurt the students.
Of course.
It's like people are just not like seeing that this is things are happening so fast that pretty soon these people will be in college, or they'll be where will they be? You
Sure.
know?
And that's our future.
Yeah, and the good news is that there are a lot of students who are very concerned about the environment, very concerned about
Great.
Homelessness and issues, social issues, probably more so than ever before. You know.
Oh, that's wonderful.
I think it's really good. I think we're really seeing a change, and kids are just like, well, you know astrology, and I've studied some. You know, the kids with the generation with a different Neptune.
Sure.
Is going to be like maybe a little bit different from the one that came before it.
Sure.
So
yeah,
I don't know.
That's a generational planet. So Neptune is a planet of cosmic awareness. So they should. It's just amazing to me how people they think that it's a choice between honoring and loving the earth, or we have to take care of just the human race at the expense of the earth. And in fact, you know, you can do both. You can take care of the human race and also take care of the earth at the same time. And I'm really saddened to see hear all the division that's going on in this country right now between people with a more narrow vision. I think it's really a much older generation, and then a younger generation that realizes that you can help preserve the planet and keep it a better place, and also advance people. Hopefully this Neptunian influence will take over at a greater, at a faster pace. But I hope that this new election that we have coming up with, you know, these Tea Party people, and they say, oh, we want the country back, but they, you know, and they say they love this country, but they apparently don't like the country that they're living in. You know, Obama has done everything that he said he was. When he was running for election, he's done everything he said he was going to do, and they are talking about revolution and whatnot. It's just crazy. But hopefully we'll see more sanity. Jon Stewart and Stephen Colbert have a rally to restore sanity, and I think that's something that shows the attitudes of the younger people. You know, they don't like this. It's either us or them type mentality that you're seeing being pushed by the right wing, and you see that in the what they're talking about in the hate. You know, the people that you can't sit on the sidewalk. I mean, come on. I mean, if anything, you know, all of our public freedoms are being eroded by these people that, you know, it's the haves versus the have-nots. It's just terrible.
Yeah, you know, I walked into a shop today that's pro-Sit-Lie, and I know it because they had the sign. They did have the sign in the window, but I think they took it down because people were not going in there, you know.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and I just looked around, and I didn't want to get into a political discussion with any shop owner in the hate who really feels that the Sit-Lie is a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
It's just...
Well, you know, I think that the city should provide benches for people then, you know. You go to a lot of European cities, and that's what people do. They go out in the park, and they hang out together, and that's their public venue, you know. We should have more sidewalk tables and benches and things like that. And it really improves the livability of the city. Instead of, you know, if people feel like they have to sit on the sidewalk, we'll give them something to sit on.
Yeah, and we know that rents are really way too high nowadays for people to. I don't know. There's this whole argument about there are enough places to live in. Well, you know, I think there probably are. There probably are.
Sure.
And if we could just make them lower income and, you know, really decide what the median income really is.
Sure.
You know, and not make it so high for, you know, or so low, excuse me, for like people who have 2 kids. You know, maybe it's $33,000. That's not enough.